Hey Moonrays, welcome back to my Sims 4 channel. So a little while back I got to upload a cottage that I built for a good witch in the world of Windenburg, and so I thought it would only be right if I went back into the world of Windenburg and built a cottage for a dark witch nearby. That's right, I don't know if you'll actually be able to see it or not, but these two cottages are built in the same world, so there's actually a good witch living very nearby the dark witch. This build actually got off to a bit of a rough start. I think I built this about 2 to 3 times and bulldozed every single one. So that was definitely frustrating. For whatever reason, I just wasn't able to accomplish what I was going for. I think it has a lot to do with, okay, I'm gonna complain about it again, the swatches in The Sims 4. I'm sorry. It's just that a lot of the darker swatches aren't that good in this game. Blacks don't look right. They either look like they are blue or gray. So I definitely had trouble accomplishing what I wanted for this build, the vision of what I had planned for this build. I wanted there to be a lot of dark colors and specifically dark purple. So it took me a long time to really figure out what to use to achieve that particular color scheme, but eventually we did get there. Another thing that made this build a little bit tricky is that I don't actually own all of the packs in The Sims 4, believe it or not, so I don't have Realm of Magic currently. I don't know why I said realm so weird, but so it was a little bit of a challenge to build a witch's cottage without that pack, but I think we made it work. I think it turned out well in the end, and I'm grateful for that. I feel like it made the struggle worth it, so I'm happy. So how are all of you guys doing? Are you enjoying the spooky season so far? You guys, I can hardly believe that we are almost through October. That is insane to me. I absolutely love October. It's my favorite month of the whole year. My birthday was at the beginning of this month. It's been so great, to be honest, and I'm not ready to let go of it yet. I'm just not. November is an underrated month, I will say. I am so ready to stretch spooky season out into November. I'm not ready for it to be Christmas. Look, November always means Christmas, right? I'm sure there are some Thanksgiving lovers out there here in the US, and I think they have Thanksgiving over in Canada, but it's at a different time. But I'm sure there's some of you out there, but unfortunately, I don't really like Thanksgiving. I don't know why. I think it's because I'm such an introvert and I don't really like going places and having like big gatherings, I guess. And Thanksgiving is kind of like a big gathering holiday along with Christmas. So I'm not really into that right now. I'm not looking forward to Christmas. I'm not ready for that. I don't know. I want spooky season to continue on to the new year, basically. I just wish I could like skip over this year's Thanksgiving and Christmas. I used to be such a Christmas lover, but as I've gotten older, I just don't enjoy it as much as I used to. I think it's because it causes a lot of stress when you're an adult, unfortunately, and that's all I can associate with Christmas anymore is the stress. And I just absolutely love spooky season. I love Halloween because you just get to chill inside your house with a spooky movie and some candles and a jack-o'-lantern and just eat discounted candy, because by the time Halloween actually arrives, all of the candy is discounted. So, you know, it's just like such a chill holiday and I just really enjoy it. To celebrate the spooky season, I have been reading a couple of spooky books, and the one that I've been reading all of this month is How to Sell a Haunted House by Grady Hendrix. I do tend to buy a lot of books based on the cover, and I saw this on Twitter and I just fell in love with it. I thought it looked so spooky and perfect for this time of year, so I decided to grab it for my birthday earlier this month. I was just out shopping and Target had a sale on a bunch of books and I found this one, so I grabbed it. As you can see by my bookmark there, I'm a little over halfway finished with it. I really like it so far. It's definitely scary. It has a lot of tension because there are some bad family dynamics in this book, and there's a lot of talk of the D word. That does not sound good, but you know what I'm talking about. YouTube doesn't like that word, doesn't like any bad words like that. So we'll just say the D word, the big D. Oh my God. This is what YouTube does to me with their restrictions on certain words. Ignore my dorkiness. You get what I'm saying here. But yeah, there are some heavy themes in this book and bad family dynamics, which can be quite triggering for me, to be perfectly honest, but I really like it so far. The thing that I like most about this book is that there's actually a lot of talk about puppets in here, and I've always been very fascinated by puppetry. So I grew up really liking Sesame Street and the Muppets, and I still really do like the Muppets a lot. I highly encourage you guys to go check out on Disney Plus The Muppets. Not The Muppet Show, The Muppets. It's based on The Office. It lasted one season and it is the most phenomenal show ever. I swear if it was streaming on Disney Plus now, that it would have done so much better than it did when it was released, like, I don't know, 10 years ago, because it was on network TV, and like I don't think anybody was watching network TV back then. So I wish that they would like revisit that show because it's so good and so hilarious. But yeah, I've always really been interested in puppeteering and things like that. So this is like a super cool book for me to use something like that as something spooky in a book, in a horror book. I'm just so intrigued by that. So if you are into that, then I would definitely pick up How to Sell a Haunted House. These little book hauls that I do, or when I just talk about a book, are never sponsored. Nothing on this channel is currently I was about to say responsible. Currently, what am I trying to say? I was about to say respired. That's not even a word. Sponsored. There we go. Got the old brain working. Nothing on this channel is currently sponsored, so you don't have to worry about that. I don't have affiliate links. I'm not sponsored to talk about things. I just do because I think it's fun to talk about what I'm currently into, whether it's books or music or movies or shows, whatever the case may be. Speaking of shows, Agatha All Along. You guys have heard me talk about it in a couple of different videos already now, but that was kind of the inspiration behind building this dark witch's cottage. So it's not exactly based on the show or anything, but I kept thinking about like the colors that I saw while watching the show, and there was a lot of purples and darker colors, like moodier colors. So that was kind of the inspo in terms of the color scheme in the beginning. The color scheme does kind of evolve. We end up doing all purple on the interior in the beginning, but then we switched to incorporating a green color, and I personally think that worked out so well. I think the color scheme is super beautiful. Basically what I ended up doing is picking out these windows from Get Together with the Stained Glass. I thought those really fit a witch's vibe, and basically I just looked at the colors that were in the stained glass and tried to use those throughout the house to kind of tie everything together. It did take a while. I wasn't wild about the interior at the beginning, but we kind of find our groove. It took me a long time to put this together, I'm not gonna lie. The exterior took forever, then the interior took forever. I had to cut out so much footage. I had to even stop recording at some points just to literally brainstorm and figure out what the heck was my vision for this build. And I always like to talk about that because so many people watch my builds and they're like, oh my goodness, I could never make all of these decisions. You build so quickly. No. Editing makes me look like I build quickly. I take so much time building these things. I am horrible at making any kind of decision, so it's really kind of weird that I got into this game the way I did because there are decisions upon decisions upon decisions. So I don't know how this ended up working out so well for me, but it did, and I'm grateful for it. But yeah, editing makes me look like I'm a little more of a pro at this than I actually am, and that's really saying something because I don't even think with editing that I look like I'm doing this easily. I feel like I can still see my struggle. But once I really started to get the kitchen together and figure out that I wanted to go with more of a purple and brown rather than a purple and black scheme, things start to tie together at that point. So this is a very small little home. I imagine that just a single witch lives here. I don't really imagine that she's an evil witch per se, but she's kind of like an anti-hero, the anti-hero of witches, which is kind of how I picture Agatha in Agatha All Along. Now, at this point, while I'm recording this, all of the episodes haven't aired yet, so this is how I view Agatha at this point in the show. But Agatha, you know, she's this big bad witch, but she clearly has some good in her left, and you can kind of see that in how she interacts with Teen. So I wanted to kind of like put that into my mind while I was building this. This isn't necessarily an all-out bad witch. She's a little more torn than that, I think. She definitely has some good in her, but I think that she leans more into the darker aspects of witchcraft, and maybe she struggles with that. Maybe that's something that she wishes that she wouldn't. Maybe it's hard for her. Maybe she wants to be good. I don't know. But you guys can always develop that story if you wish to play in this house, because hopefully it should be up on the gallery by the time I've uploaded uploaded this. If it's not, scream at me in the comments because I am notorious for being super late to uploading my builds on the gallery. I don't know why. I think it's just because as soon as I complete a build, I just move right on to the next one, and I just don't think to take the time to publish it to the gallery. Does that make sense? I just get like right into manage worlds, and then I'm like picking out the next lot, and I just don't think to actually share it and write the description and just all that jazz. You know what I'm saying. So just yell at me in the comments if I haven't uploaded anything to the gallery, and I will get to that. Honestly, I'm gonna be real with you guys. Content creation is overwhelming for me right now, and that is really saying something because it is the most enjoyable thing in my life currently. I love running this YouTube channel. I love running the Discord. I love running my Twitch channel. It's so much fun and the highlight of my life. That being said, it's really been a struggle to figure out how to balance all of these things with my real life responsibilities and my real life jobs and everything like that. Which I actually got some news the other day that, so basically, let me backtrack just a little bit. I think I've touched on this a tad. A couple of months back, I learned that the place I worked for was going to be under new ownership. So my boss was retiring and a new person was taking over the business, and we were actually going to be moving stores. So for a while I was kind of like, ooh, do I still even have a job? I literally didn't know for a while because everything was just so chaotic. Everybody was kind of like chickens with their heads cut off because it was just such a lot of changes going on at once. But my job ended up being perfectly secure, no problems whatsoever. And recently I was actually offered to do more work days. So if you don't know, I work a very not glamorous day job. I work as a custodian, which I'm gonna be real, that's just what us janitors prefer to be called. It's just something that I do to make some money while this YouTube thing kind of takes off. There's absolutely no shame in it. I actually really enjoy working where I do and for the people that I do, and I really like making somebody else's job easier, if that makes sense. I think it would be really hard to come to your job, do your job, and then have to clean up after yourself, especially for a business that sees like a lot of traction, a lot of people coming in and out. So I personally take a lot of pride in it. I really like being able to make somebody else's job easier, somebody's day easier. But yeah, I was recently offered more work. So that is awesome. And I'm very happy about that, especially because it's literally not going to interfere with my content creation whatsoever. So I absolutely snatched those hours up. So that was a bit of great news. But yeah, it's been really hard to like balance everything because I feel like a lot of people kind of do either YouTube or Twitch. They don't do both. Some people do, but I think it's more common to do one or the other. And for me, trying to do both has been so overwhelming and in the best way possible. Things are going great with the YouTube channel and great with the Twitch, and I'm so ridiculously grateful, but it's been interesting to try to find my groove of like, how do I balance both? How do I make sure I don't have to cancel streams? How do I make sure I don't miss uploads? It's been a little bit of a challenge, but I'm having fun figuring everything out, and hopefully soon I'll figure out a little bit more of a groove and be the most efficient version of myself that I can be a nice little efficient content creator. I actually got paid from YouTube recently for the first time ever, which was insane. So I ended up getting my first pay from YouTube and Twitch around the same time, which was super awesome, and I'm super grateful for that. I'm just gonna save that money. I'm not gonna use it for anything. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I'm just putting it away for a rainy day. I don't know. Like, I have no clue what I'm going to use the money for. It's not a whole lot. You know, us small little YouTubers, we don't make a lot, but anything is certainly helpful. I will take any little scrap of change that I can get, that's for sure. Anything is better than nothing. And honestly, it's just so amazing to see my silly little videos like actually make money. Like, that's wild to me, and I'm so grateful to all of you because without you, I wouldn't see that. I wouldn't see anything for my work, and I just do this for fun, but if I can get paid for it to hang out with you guys, like, yes, please, I will take that all day, every day. I just couldn't be any more grateful. I don't want to sit and talk about money too much here on the channel, but I just wanted to update you guys on that because I know a lot of you have been really rooting for me to succeed here, and I just wanted to let you know that you guys watching me has seriously helped a ton, so thank you. But anyway, back to the build. So this build is just super small. I think I started to say this earlier and just totally like got off into a different tangent, but basically it's just a 1 bedroom, 1 bath. There's just a little teeny tiny living room area. It's very small and I really, really like it. I think it's super cozy. But my favorite part of this whole entire build is easily the little book nook that I made down by the staircase. Oh, that is so freaking cute. I loved alt placing all of the books on a little hallway table, I think it's what you call it. Super adorable. I love that so much. Like, I love books. As you can tell, I feel like I always come on here and talk about books, and I have like a little book cart. I really like collecting books. I like looking at books. I just think they're super unique and fun to like display. So I just love adding like little book nooks in my builds in this game. I think they look so cute. A random thing that I just thought of today, and I'm gonna tell you guys about this because don't do what I did, but I wanted to update because I feel good about it. I think it turned out well. I shaped my eyebrows today. I know that sounds super freaking random, and it is, but I did, and I think it went pretty well. I think they look kind of nice. I basically have one eye, so I don't know if you guys have ever noticed this. I try really hard to make it as little noticeable as possible. That's probably not how I wanted to say that. That sounded super weird, but whatever. You know what I mean. Basically, I have one eye that kind of droops more than the other. So I have one eyebrow that is super arched in comparison to the other. And I know eyebrows are sisters, not twins. I get that, but I kind of wanted to see if I could make one look a little more similar to the other. So I kind of like shaped them to be straighter and less of an arch. I don't know if that was dumb, but I think they look good. I kind of like them because I especially think they look good when like I relax my face like this. Like, they look good. I think they look good. I like them a lot. So I just wanted to update you guys on that because I like to share things that I'm proud of, even if they're totally stupid and insignificant. But don't do what I did because you could seriously mess up your eyebrows if you don't know what I'm doing like I do. I have no clue what I'm doing when it comes to beauty. Like, I don't know. I don't know, like, products. I don't know how to apply things. Like, Lord knows how I even get my makeup done every day. It's not in the most efficient way possible. Like, I literally just draw my eyeliner on, if that makes sense. Like, I literally just draw and fill it in instead of like doing my eyeliner in one swoop like normal people do. I'm honestly like not sure how I function every day, like on a daily basis. Like how do I even like get up in the morning and manage to be a person? I really don't know, let alone run a freaking YouTube channel and a Twitch. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know how I do it. I don't know why people watch me. I will never understand that, but I'm grateful for it. Ridiculously grateful, because I am the most flawed person. I don't know what I'm freaking doing in life, but we're doing it anyway. We're doing it anyway. Another thing I did today was I straightened my hair. The reason I did this was because I washed it yesterday and didn't put any product in my hair like an idiot. I should have done that. I just didn't do my hair. I just washed it and went out and ran errands. So I'm like, you know what? It's literally been months. I am going to straighten my hair, and I did it, and I actually really like how it turned out. Don't get used to it because I don't like to use a flat iron anymore because it's very damaging to my hair, but I do like how it turned out, and it'll be nice to do every once in a while. I don't want to like damage my hair, and I don't want to damage my waves too much, so this will definitely be a rarity, especially because I am going to be adding bleach to my hair soon, so don't expect me to do the straight hair thing very often, especially once it's bleached. This will probably never get straightened because I'm so afraid to like straighten bleached hair. I can just imagine it falling out on me. It's probably not going to fall out. It's probably going to be fine because I'm going to a professional, but better safe than frickin' sorry. Am I right? Because I am going to a professional, but I don't know what I'm doing, so I want to proceed with caution while I'm at home by myself and don't have a hairdresser in my home. But for today, for the next couple batches of videos, straight hair, looking pretty good. I like it. I do think I like my natural waves a little bit better though, because that's just me. It's my most authentic version of myself, so I like embracing those waves. But anyway, I'm yapping about things that don't freaking matter anymore, but we're on to the landscaping now, and the landscaping was super fun. I really didn't want to make, like, this has been so weird. I don't really like making yards right now. Does that make sense? I love landscaping right now. I really like building exteriors, but I like building things that are overgrown and kind of just like a simple pathway up to a house. I don't really like there to be a lot of stuff. You know, KISS, keep it simple, stupid. I don't want there to be like a bunch of hangout areas, entertainment areas. That's probably because I'm like anti-entertaining here at my house. I don't want people to come to my home. I like this to be my safe space. So in my mind, I'm like, nope, no entertainment places on the outside of the house. That's what you get when you watch me build, I guess. I have some weird signatures, I think. Not adding hangout areas to yards. Not liking to build for children, you know, stuff like that. What are some other weird RaellySims things that I do? I would say like I'm so into abandoned things. So I love building abandoned, dirty, dingy homes. That's definitely a RaellySims thing. And I don't mean that as like I'm the only person to do it. I just mean that it's one of the more common things that I do here on the channel. You know, one thing that I really love doing is tiny homes, and I really haven't done a lot of tiny homes here on the channel. I really should do that more because I definitely think of a tiny home as being a RaellySims thing, but I don't think you guys would know that, to be perfectly honest. You guys have seen me do a lot of small homes, but I think I've only done like one tiny home here on the channel, so I should change that. But we are coming up on the screenshots now, you guys. So thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to join the Moonrays community. And in case you didn't know already, I am going to be having a special Halloween live stream over on Twitch. I will be dressing up in costume, pumpkin painting, and playing some spooky games. So if you're interested in that, there will be a link down in the description below to my Twitch channel. It is Raely Plays. The live stream will start at 5 p.m. EST, so get your pumpkins ready. But until the next one, I hope you guys are having a fantastic day, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye, everybody!
Daylight dies. Happy